Hello ladies and gentlemen, in this video we are going to explore why the person you love is not giving you the attention you deserve. We will discuss why they are walking away and triggering you when you are trying to get closer. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand and deal with you and your partner better, taking action that will help you to start unlocking traumas and changing the dynamics. When we are too emotionally involved in a situation, we cannot see things the way they are, and in most cases, we cannot see ourselves. It's like taking a walk into a forest and getting lost. You cannot see where you are because of the trees in front of you. Let's imagine that your powerful emotions and the triggers your partner is bringing into your life represent those trees. What I want to teach you in this video is how to elevate yourself above the forest to see the overall context and therefore to understand where you are so you get clear about where you're heading towards. The first step towards healing and discovery is knowledge and understanding. This is helping you to identify where you are and, just like in the forest example, where you want to go. So let's have a clear look to see how can we apply this in our case. To be mentioned that the examples I'm giving below can apply to any type of relationship. Let's say you have strong feelings towards someone, but you feel that this person is not sharing the same feelings back. And whenever you are trying to get closer, it feels that with the same intensity, they are trying to back off. Why are they doing this? We all have different programs in our mind that are installed since our early childhood. Most of these patterns of thinking, we don't even realize we have them. If we look closer in our childhood, we can see that generally our fathers were not as present in our lives as our mothers. Probably they were busy with work, social activities, or they were just focusing their attention on something else. Maybe you felt that in order to get attention from your father, you always had to do something substantial. If your father made you feel that you need to earn his attention, unconsciously, he gave you the message that he's not unconditionally there for you and he's accepting your energy, giving you attention only under his terms. However, nowadays, because we are glorifying our fathers, most of us, we cannot admit how much this behavior hurted us when we were children. You would be surprised to understand that if you haven't solutioned this trauma that is deeply rooted in your energy, the universe will bring back to you a similar situation in your life from the masculine energy so that you can sit and reflect towards this and learn your lesson sooner or later. So as a grown woman with a wounded child inside, you will attract a man that is mainly not going to prioritize you just in the same way you did not felt prioritized by your father. So that little girl inside you keeps trying to get her father's attention, even though it's a different masculine energy in her life now, in her adult life. This is the moment when, as women, we get clingy. And we are always trying to get validation in order to feel that we are enough and we are worthy to receive the love and unconditional affection from the masculine energy. However, we are attracting exactly the opposite of what we need. But consider this as a blessing, as this is an opportunity for you to reflect on this and to heal your inner child. In the moment when the masculine energy or the person you love can feel that we need reassurance and stability, this is when they start shifting their energy and running away or getting more distant. You might be asking yourself, why this person is not accepting your unconditional love when you're literally ready to do everything you can to make them happy? When you want to give them the love they never received before, and when you feel that you love them more than you love yourself. But this is an illusion though. In reality, you cannot love someone more than you love yourself. One statement that can cancel the frustration that the person we love doesn't love us in the same way is understanding that they love us just in the same amount they know what love is. Someone can love you at their fullest potential, but that love might not be greater than yours. However, this is the best they can do. The truth is, the duty of our partner is not to love us the way we want to be loved, but to love the way they are without any expectations. The love we need from our partner is exactly the same amount of love and the same amount of intensity of love that we need to project towards ourselves. Practicing self-love is going to help us to be less needy and clingy towards our partners and to build a healthier relationship. Have a look at our video about how to love yourself. You can find the link in the description below. Maybe now you are wondering why he's acting this way. Now let's dive deep into this as well. If he had a mother that did not let him feel free, that smothered him with too much closeness, if his mother made him feel guilty for making her unhappy, or was controlling and clingy as an energy, as well as she could only be pleased if he would do something that would make her happy, this led him to learn how to block his feelings towards the feminine energy from a very young age. She loved him for what she wanted him to be, not for who he was. So when your partner can feel that you're having expectations from him, you are unconsciously reminding him of his clingy mother energy. And this makes him to shut down his emotions once again and to reject the very closeness you are trying to get from him. He just has the programs in his mind that intimacy is dangerous and he feels almost like trapped. So you knowing this, you do not have to take it personal though. Can you now see above the trees in the forest and observe that this dynamic at its core is in between two children that do not know how to tell each other how hurt they are? So when we are trying to heal ourselves in the wrong way, the feminine energy being clingy and the masculine energy backing off, we are only creating more damage. And it gets like a snowball effect. As much he rejects you, as much you want him, and you act accordingly, then he rejects you again and again. You feel abandoned, you feel a void in your chest, you feel lonely. The journey towards healing this pattern is not just being conscious, but programming yourself again, this time in the right way. I'm suggesting you to follow a meditation about reprogramming your inner child. You can find it in the link in the description below. Trying to make your inner child aware that your father only loved you the best he could in the same quantity he received love himself from his father and mother. Integrating and making your inner child to understand with patience that your parents also have traumas which come from your grandparents, and they have traumas from their parents. Imagine how they perpetuated this from one generation to another, and now you are the first person after thousands of generations behind that is starting to become aware of these patterns, and by understanding it, you will not repeat it with your own child. You will break a transgenerational chain. Do this little practice every day and you will start seeing a lot of results. Going back to the person you love, right? I want you to know that with the same intensity he's rejecting you, there is the other side in him that is attracting you with the same intensity. So there is conflict because he lives in a state of conflict. He's losing a lot of energy. That is why he feels irritated. Even if he's managing to run away from you and literally find someone else, as he might think that is the answer to change the person in his life, he will see that after the excitement from the beginning, he will start having the same issues he had before, just because these issues are not coming from you, but from within himself. I'm suggesting you to focus on being conscious about these traumas and healing them before you reach the point where you are both separating from each other. Communication with your partner is the most important, and try not to apply the mirror strategy, by the way. This is something that everyone is applying. The mirror strategy is a strategy when your partner is not giving you attention. You are not giving them attention back, and when they do, you are doing the same. Basically, you are mirroring their behavior. You don't need to have this type of tense interaction with the person you love, as it all has to come from the bottom of your heart naturally without any boundaries. Just be yourself. And if the person around you cannot reach your level of vibration, and if it so happens that they fade away from your life, let them go with love. As a piece of advice to let you know how this works, let's try to sort our traumas with our own will and initiative before life is going to force us to do it, before the person we love is leaving us completely, before life is putting us in a traumatic experience so we learn from this in a forced way. Let's do it now from a space of consciousness. Spiritual development is not something that you tell yourself you will start it tomorrow. You're already in it. You cannot escape it because life itself is a learning process. So learn in a conscious way and avoid collateral damage that you could cause to yourself by not understanding patterns of behavior and repeating things that get bigger and bigger and more painful with time. Let's cut the trees from the roots so our eyes can see.